Hey everybody, this is Scooter. Drew. This is a quick Tuesday tutorial video for the Facebook group Hey Nodders and the patrons. I put out a couple of these on Patreon, but I just like to keep reminding people this is a screen share video. I get a lot of questions about how do you find, like, is there a list of podcast episodes, or how do I find a specific episode? And this is kind of hard to unpack, but basically the podcast feed itself is a list of episodes, and it is searchable as long as you're using the right podcast app. What we're looking at right now is the patron feed in Overcast, and when I'm done explaining, we'll get into this, and I'll show you it at search on another app as well. But with a free podcast app, the ones that I know of that I've used that have search are Overcast, which we're seeing now, Pocket Cast, Podcast Addict, Castbox. Those are the ones off the top of my head that can fit the patron feed or the free feed, and you can search. But you can see right here that it is a list of episodes. So all the episodes are listed. This is the $10 and $20 patron feed. So I'm going to show you how to search in this, which is basically you just go, you click on the podcast and that you want to listen to. Again, this is for some of you, and if you're a patron, please set up your podcast, your patron feed in a podcast app. It's just my best way to keep in touch with you. It's also the way the podcast is designed to be consumed. And that's not to take anything away. I know people consume the podcast in other ways, but even trying it out as your backup, and then, I don't know, it's just, that's what we make the podcast with podcast apps in mind. But so if you haven't set up your podcast feed, I'll post the links and just go to our support page, watch the videos, set up the feed. If you're stuck, just contact support, use the link on to our support team, send them a note, let them know where you're stuck, what device you use, what app you use. Okay, with all that, question came up recently of like, hey, what about TNG episodes? So let's just search TNG, and you can see here in this feed a bunch of TNG episodes come up, and you could, once you learn more, you're more comfortable with the podcast app, you could make a playlist. You could also put track and see what comes up, because I know we did some Discovery episodes, and let's just see. Yeah, we got those, Trek Talk, The Offspring, Farpoint. I just want to see if we got those Discovery ones in here somewhere. I know they're in here somewhere. How many years ago was that? Darmok, Reunion, Hide and Q. But anyway, so that's just some of them. You could also search for All Night if you're a patron, or All Intro. Okay, so now I'm going to switch to another podcast app, and this will be the free feed in another podcast app. Same thing, and you could search the patron feed. So this is Overcast, which is iOS only. Now I'm going to switch over to Pocket Casts, which is available for free on Android and Apple phones. Okay, so here I am. This is the free feed in Pocket Casts, and I'm going to do the same thing. Let's search. Oh. Okay, so this is the free feed. Let's just search Otter and see what comes up. Oh, all the Otter Things episodes come up. Let's search Bake and see what comes up. Oh, oh wait, Bake Off might be one word. No? Let's try Mando. And yeah, sometimes it takes some searching, or it takes just going to the feed and saying, okay, let's not search, and let's go through. Oh, is there? And then you can just look at the episodes in consecutive order. I wonder when the last British Bake Off. I'm just trying to figure out. Doctor Who, September. Otter Things. Oh, Great British Baking. So let's try baking and see what else comes up. There should only be 2 episodes anyway, but baking. Yeah, so we get the 2 British Bake-Offs. What happens if we put in tribute? Because we just did that tribute episode. But yeah, that's basically a quick video on how to search in the right podcast apps. And it's really simple. The podcast apps are free. And again, if you say, well, I like listening via a browser, just give it a try. You can use it as a secondary way to consume the podcast, especially if you're a patron. But even on the free thing, I know there's people that listen on the website. And if that works for you, that's fine. But try a backup. Another way to listen is also on Smart Speaker. But again, it doesn't allow stuff like this search. All right. Thanks, everybody.